Hello and welcome to our broadcast about the El Nino phenomenon in 1997 and 1998. For all of you who never heard about this, it's a phenomenon who in South America and Australia causes some problem with the climate. It's mostly because of the wind and the water who are changing the direction, but also it causes problem with the climate around it. Last time we wanted you to who listened to send in your own clip about it. So we're now going to go to Colombia and hear about it.
Here in Colombia, we suffered quite a lot from the El Nino disaster in 1997-98. For us, the main problem were our fish catches. They had a massive decrease of 20%, and this impacted our community greatly. First of all, we cannot export as much fish into other countries, and our economy actually suffered because of this. A few lost their jobs because of the El Nino phenomenon, and that has not only caused economic but also social impacts here in Colombia. We just hope that this doesn't happen to us again, and that fish exports and imports can continue going strong.
Thank you so much, Colombia. We're now moving right away to Indonesia.
It's a well-known fact that Indonesia is a huge global coffee producer. It is, in fact, the third largest coffee bean exporter in the world. The effects of the devastating El Nino occurrences back in 1997 and 98 were keenly felt by most of the arable population here. The wave of hurricanes and typhoons that El Nino brought with it had drastic effects on the country's crop outputs. Entire plots for the growth of coffee beans were decimated, and the total loss was a staggering 25% decrease in overall produce. The economic effects of this massive decrease were felt keenly at the time and had side effects that were felt over the following decade.
Thank you so much, Indonesia. We're now going away to USA.
Here in the USA, the El Nino disaster had a major impact, especially on the climate. The impact was so intense that in some parts of the northwest of America, rainfall was 200% above normal for this time of year. This was something that we weren't really prepared for, and that did surprise us a lot. Of course, we had to take cautions because there was a higher risk of flooding, and that has massive social impacts that the El Nino added to. In the Rocky Mountains, there were also record snowfalls. Overall, the El Nino certainly affected the USA like we were not expecting.
Last but not least, we have from China.
The surprising effects El Nino had here in the world's current second largest economy was also drastic. The unusually dry weather experienced in the north of China as a result of El Nino activity led to a drought that affected 2 million hectares of arable land, whilst unusually wet weather conditions, again stemming from El Nino, meant that the overall grain harvest was under threat by flooding that occurred in the south of China. At the time, this had a huge effect on the national economy as exports decreased and food supplies dwindled. The overall effects of this on the population is hard to decipher with limited access to national records and information, even from the inside. But it is fair to say that the effects of this natural phenomenon were widely experienced across the east coast of China for some time.
Thank you so much, all of you who sent in your clip. We're now going to finish this, but thank you all for listening, and if you have any more clip, please send them in. Thank you, and bye for now.